welcome to another episode of Expand Your Brand. I'm joined back with Austin this week. Austin, how are you, man?
I'm pretty good. How about you? How's everything going?
It's going well, man. Just gearing up for a busy football season. I was pumped for Saturday that we had college football back, and happy that it has started and ready for the NFL season now too. How about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right in the same boat. There's a couple good upsets this week, which was great in college football, and then I don't know. I heard some bad news for the Chiefs that Kelsey might be out for Thursday. So, but I'm excited for the NFL to kick off this week as well.
Yeah, it should be good. Very, very exciting stuff. Always good when football's back, and then obviously we have the things coming up with the Ryder Cup at the end of the month and everything. But it's been a little minute, so I do want to catch up with you. I want to talk about the Tour Cup, the Fedex Cup Championship with Victor Hovland winning the Tour Championship. I want to get your thoughts on the Tour Championship. I got Joe's thoughts last week. I want to get your thoughts on it and what you thought about Victor and the whole field of competition.
Yeah, I mean, I think that his time has come, and he's going to be world number one very shortly. The display that he put on was just unbelievable. I think that when like a premier athlete gets that hot in their sport, it's going to be a lot to take him off that pedestal. And I think that he finally kind of broke through, and he's going to just kind of flourish from here even more so than he has.
Yeah, I mean, he won the BMW championship leading up to that, and then just went into the next weekend and won. But I mean, it was close for that most aspect. It was like a lot of good competition in golf this year. Like, see a lot of guys up there, like Keegan Bradley was in it for a little bit, but Victor Hovland looks like he's like a hell of a golfer, man. I'm happy for him to see him win. I've always seen him in contention, then he'd fall off or something like that. So it's about it came back around.
Yeah, I mean, you keep knocking on the door enough times, finally the thing's gonna break down. So it's definitely good. I mean, I just don't see that it's gonna stop anytime soon, which is great for the game of golf because Rahm and Scheffler have been just dominant. So, and even Rory in a lot of ways. So I think Hovland adding him into the mix is gonna be really good.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that leads me to the next thing because you brought up Rory, and Hovland. We got the Ryder Cup coming up, which is at the end of the month, which is going to be big time. I mean, a lot of people I think had their doubts with Europe, but I don't know. Those are some big names with those guys coming into play with Europe, and then we had some controversy with the picks with the Ryder Cup, which we can get into too. But what are your thoughts? Ryder Cup, the excitement behind it, and everything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be electric like it always is. And we are obviously rooting for the USA to become victorious on European soil. So, but obviously it's going to be a tall task. The course that they're playing looks insane. I don't know the name of it, but it looks unbelievable. But yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I love the Ryder Cup. I love the atmosphere. It's so much fun when you have like the crowd into it as much as they are into it, and like the cheering and the boos and whatever the jeers for everyone. It's going to be so awesome to just watch it. I know it's like during football season, but it's like one of those things that you like etch out on your calendar that you look forward to seeing, and like you watch it and it's just so much excitement.
Oh yeah, it's going to be super early too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. I know. Being in Italy, so it'd be good shape. I'm winning in all aspects on that weekend. I think I'll be traveling for work, but I'll be in some aspects. I'll be able to watch it early in the morning or anything like that. I was thinking I was gonna be able to hit the golf course and play golf and listen to it, and then listen to college football at the same time I'm golfing. But can't win each one of those battles. But I want to know what your thoughts on the controversy of the picks. I mean, Keegan got left off. I don't know, like where they went with Justin Thomas and Spieth, and a lot of the younger guys. What were your thoughts on the captain's picks?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I can't imagine being in the shoes of Zach Johnson, who has to pick and who had to make those terrible calls. I mean, I definitely think Keegan should have been picked, but at the same time, the people that were picked and the people that are on the team, it's tough to kind of go against them as well, you know. So either way, people were gonna be hurt and kind of disheartened with the decision. So unfortunately, it was just someone that was closer to us, a New England guy that needed to be left off, unfortunately. But hopefully, in 4 years, he can hop right back on the wagon.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it works out for him. It kind of sucked to see him get left off, but I guess, like you said, Zach Johnson had a tough choice to make, either to keep that young core group of guys together, Spieth and Fowler and Thomas, who all seem like they're very good friends, or or kind of going a different direction and break up that chemistry. So, but it's cool, nice to see Kepka make it. I mean, I guess that's a win for oh my god, the Live Tour. I mean, even though
Yeah,
it's PGA now, but it's good to see him make it. I'm glad that he made it as well too. But it should be an interesting group of guys that are all mixed in together, and playing together this year.
yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I mean, it's always interesting. It's always entertaining. So I can't wait for it to kick off.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Well, that leads me to the other thing. I mean, we had the Walker Cup, which USA was able to win. I know I caught some glimpses of it. I think at one point USA was up by a ton, like in matches. I think they were winning like 7 out of 8 matches on the last day, which was nuts to see. But I mean, what are your thoughts on USA, the amateur guys coming out with a victory in the Walker Cup?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you how good these kids are, and they're the next generation that we're going to be seeing every weekend on TV. So super good as far as momentum going forward. For their college seasons, and then once they or when they turn pro, it's going to be awesome to see them as future Ryder Cuppers.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's great to see them get the victory on that. And yeah, I mean it's gonna be, I mean, all great things coming out of golf. I love the competition between USA and Europe, or USA and Great Britain and England. So be a good time leading up to the Ryder Cup now, and hopefully the pros can carry over the momentum from the amateurs and get the W too.
Yes, exactly.
It's gonna be great. But all right, so let's cut to commercial, and then we'll get back into it. We'll talk some sports after this.
All right, sounds good.
Welcome to Vintage Cigar Lounge, the place where you escape to, not from. The place where your cigar options are limitless. A place where friends come together and bond over the finest cigars and drinks. A place where your selected few can retreat to and enjoy premium cigars, great conversation, and your liquor of choice within the privacy of our private rooms. Looking for a place to escape to? Our doors are always open.
Hey guys, come here. Let me tell you something. This week's Golf Cigar of the Week, it's the Foreign Affair by Luciano. It's got a Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, dual binders from Nicaragua and Ecuador, and a host of fillers from the Dominican, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. Come check out the Foreign Affair. It's sweet, bold, yet balanced. Shh. See you next week.
All right, we're back. Thanks so much again, Vintage, for everything, and hope you guys enjoyed this week's Cigar of the Week. It was a lot of fun shooting that with Brendan down at Cigar Bar, always with creative ideas. So great time with that. But since football's back, Austin, I brought up in the beginning of the episode, I want to talk to your thoughts about having NCAA football back, especially Colorado, and Deion Sanders and that group, and how Deion they upset TCU at home.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time before they really make a run, and I think that all the hype is real. I think he's a super good coach, and he is just going to make those kids flourish. I mean, you saw it this weekend. That was a statement game right out the gate. So beware of them. And I think going forward, you're going to see more of them.
Yeah, I mean, his son had played out of his effing mind in that game. Like he only missed 9 throws, threw up 510 yards and 4 touchdowns. Like had a single, already broke a record at Colorado, and that's like awesome for his son to kind of prove himself right at the back because there was a lot of questions around him being a starting quarterback. Man, he made some. I don't know if you watched the full game or anything, but he made some great throws, like in over the back shoulder throws. He looked amazing out there.
Yeah, and then him, and then Travis Hunter is his name.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the ball. He does not come out of the game once. He's an absolute freak athlete, and it's awesome to see. It's basically like Deion Sanders reincarnated.
right. Yeah, seriously. I mean, he came. What do you get? He had 2 interceptions and over 100 receiving yards, or something like that. That's nuts. And played like 130 something snaps. I think that was like the total, 125 or something. And it was just nuts. And he was like totally fine. Like just looked like he was just like having on like 105, 160 degree weather. So which is crazy.
It's insanity. It's awesome. I think that is like, I mean, that's what you do in high school. You play both sides of the ball. That's what you do growing up. And I think to see it in the college game is unbelievable. And also to excel on both sides of the ball, like that's unheard of.
Yeah, it's nuts. You don't see a lot of guys play both sides of the ball now at that level, but he just like anything like it just felt like he was there to break up passes. He was at 3 interceptions. He jumped a passing lane and won and almost like just missed the ball or something like that. It was crazy. So he's an amazing player. I can't wait to watch him because I'm wondering if he keeps playing the way he's doing, if he goes on the pace he's going, if he'll get into the Heisman vote or whatever.
Yeah, it would be awesome to see him win the Heisman as a wide receiver and a defensive back. That's insane.
It'd be nuts. But it's good. I think and a lot of controversy with Deion too. Like everyone was saying like can't do it, and he's talked him like back to the media. I think he's good for college football too, because it just brings a lot of eyes, at least to Colorado, but also to like that's much CTV to see if he wins or something
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's great for the game, and I mean he's just so real. Like you might not want to hear what he has to say, but he's gonna say it, and it's gonna be truthful, and it is what it is. You either like him or you don't. But I think numbers don't lie, and I think that's what you're gonna see with him.
Yeah, seriously. And then Florida State won a big upset too against LSU.
Yeah.
I know they're supposed to have Travis Hunter, and they were all up in arms, and I can see why they were all up in arms. I didn't get it at first, but then now I understand watching that watching him play. I mean, they look great this year too. They just jumped up to number 4. Obviously, it's going to be an interesting and fun college football season. I love college football. It's one of my favorite sports to watch because how like important the games are, but like just how the crowds get into it and everything. It's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, speaking of that, how the crowds get into it, Duke almost rushed the field with 2 minutes left in the game because they upset. I forget who they played. They had a huge upset as well.
Clemson, they did the peak. That was what was the tournament, like a conference game. They defeated Clemson. So I thought like Clemson would have walked all over them, and they walked all over Clemson.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's just like college basketball. There's always upsets, and yeah, the atmosphere in college sports is like no other.
Seriously, it's a lot of fun, but also we're back to at the professional level too. As NFL is back, which is very exciting as well. Love that for Sundays. I bought the NFL Sunday ticket. I was a sucker, so I switched over and got it. But Thursday night is kickoff. So we're filming this on Tuesday. So in a couple of nights, Thursday night, we just found out Travis Kelce hyperextended, but we got open with Chiefs and Lions. I mean, what are your thoughts on opening season and unfortunate for Kelce?
Yeah, I mean, if I was kind of skeptical, I think that it's going to be kind of like a slower start for the Chiefs just because I think they might kind of take people for granted a little bit and take people lightly. I hope not because I love watching them play and I love watching Mahomes to Kelce. But I think the Lions and their coach are going to be like low key pretty good this year. So just with the like intensity around him. So it's definitely going to be a good game to kick off the season. And then I mean, I can't wait for Sunday. It's going to be filled with with a whole bunch of games, which is going to be awesome. I don't do anything every Sunday from 1 to about whenever I go to bed. So I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see my Pats kick it off and hopefully play well.
Yeah, yeah, it should be a good season. I mean, I like how you brought up Dan Campbell too, because Dan Campbell is like the Lions coach, is so emotional. He cries at I just loves football, but he also reminds me of, he sounds like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
The Big Lebowski every time he talks, but love watching him play. And yeah, I can't wait until Sunday too. San Francisco kicks off against Steelers at 1, so I'll definitely be a couch potato until like 4, and depending how the game goes, I could be upset or anything. Try not to get too into it in the first game, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun-filled weekend for sure.
Awesome. Well, that's all we have. I don't know. Do you have anything else, Austin, you want to throw in, or do you think that's it for?
Oh, I'm happy to be back. Hopefully, schedule is gonna wind down a little bit more. We can get some more guests on and have a good rest of the year.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We'll get it going for sure. I know schedules will hectic during the summer, but things are starting to slow down on both our ends, which is good. But yeah, definitely can't wait to get back in the studio with you and get some guests in.
Yes, for sure. Let's do it.
All right, have a good one.
You too.